Hello everybody, it is Magma and I'm here with a actually I was gonna say TIE Interceptor, excuse me. No, this is a Jedi Starfighter or Jedi Interceptor comparison video update. So by the time I'm doing this video, the new edition of Obiwan's TIE Interceptor, Jedi Interceptor has not been released. However, the model has so far proven to be the exact same one as this one, so I thought I'd go ahead and do the video anyway. I am missing a few additions. I can't have all of the LEGO Star Wars sets, so I'll have to do with that. So considering these two are the exact same model with different color scheme, I'll get this one out of the way and definitely focus much more on these three models right here. So I'll go ahead and place them in order. This is the order, or should I say the way they kind of came. So we first had the really old edition of this Interceptor, and then the improved version of the blue Interceptor, and then again we came back passing through an intermediate green model of this. Between these two, we then came back to this one in 2014. So I'll go ahead and show you guys quickly the first sets, and then in the end I'll go ahead and finish by comparing the sets as a whole. So right here we have the 2005 Jedi Starfighter, or Interceptor. It depends. Some people call it Starfighter, others Interceptor. So yeah. So excuse me if it's a bit dusty. That's from the collector I got it from. He left it very dusty to me. So yeah. So here's a look at the wing. So it is a nice model. Honestly, I can't complain, and I don't think I'll ever be able to complain on this model because for so many it's just a classic. So some people say the X-Wing was their classic LEGO Star Wars set. Well, for me, and for a lot of generations, this was the classic LEGO Star Wars set. When we were young, everybody had this one. And actually, funny enough, I was the only one of my friends that didn't have this set. So yeah, here's a look at the inside. So it's nothing too special, as you can see. It's a regular Starfighter. So I'll go ahead and move this one quickly to the side right here. I'll give you guys a quick look at this improved edition, or so-called improved. I honestly, and I'll say this honestly to everybody, I never liked this edition of the Jedi Interceptor. I thought it was way too ugly. It never fit my standards. It was way too fragile for me as a kid. It is a very fragile LEGO Star Wars set, and as a kid, that's not something I'm looking for. I'm looking for a set that's going to be fun to fly around, not a set that I'll have to make sure all the pieces are there. And in this exact LEGO Star Wars set in front of you, I think 10 of the original pieces have broken, so I had to replace them. So that's how disappointing the set has been with me. Now if I put the set under right here, it has a landing system that's not exactly the same as we had in our previous edition of the Jedi Interceptor. This was the previous edition, a block. So you had landing gear, but it was optional. For example, if I didn't want to use the landing gear, I could just simply place it like so, and it would just look, it would look just fine, right? Now if I take my 27 or 2007 edition and I give it a flip, that's not there anymore, for the reason that this one came with the hyperdrive ring. They had to modify by giving pins right here so that you could insert it in the hyperdrive ring. Thus, now if I remove all of my landing gear, trying to have it as accurate as possible, it's gonna fall down like this. And maybe on this angle it may look nice, but then on this angle it doesn't look nice at all. So yeah, so there's no real good way of placing this set. Honestly, The newer one had the grab much better. This is the 2014 one. It just directly removed the landing gear and placed these softer pieces so that it can just stay like so. So yeah. So except for that, there wasn't anything special on this one. Here's a look at the wing. The blue color scheme was kind of cool. I have to say, it was kind of cool. The inside right here was better built, and this didn't break as much as it did on the older one. So yeah. And yeah, that's it. This one had these kind of cannons and all. I'll just leave you guys have a good look at it. I'll place it right here. I'll go ahead and get the much older one and compare it. And there you go. So if I fold it kind of like this down, you can see the difference. These cannons right here were improved and all. So yeah. But then I can actually take this one away and place in the much better and newer model. Now this one was a bit more accurate. I think, in my opinion, this one was always too big for the minifigure scale, but it did the trick. So the reason why I like the older ones is because they were more, they made much more sense with the minifigure scale. So this is the newer one. Here's a look at the entire side wing. Really nice. And here's a kind of weird angle, I guess. This one had the missiles that you could shoot. Never been a big fan of these. I always thought they were much better than flick fire missiles, but I don't know. I always kind of thought you can lose them way too easily. Now the cockpit is even improved, which was actually possible. Here's a look at it. So they did manage to improve that. Engines, I guess. And this one, compared to the older ones, actually made kind of sense when you would open the wings. Now, I'm not good at this entire wing type thing going on. Of course, as you can see, I'm not the greatest at it. I always find it a big pain, but the ship kind of makes sense when I kind of put it like this. Now here I'll bring you guys the older model, the much older model. This one doesn't really work. I'm trying to. So this one, the flaps don't even hold anymore. So yeah, the flaps don't even hold. But this one was kind of hard to make a lot of sense out of it. The ship was very thin, so I don't know. Just never made as much sense as it could have. So yeah. And when you hold it like so, so yeah, the wings on this one weren't the best. They weren't that proportionate to the actual set. And on this one, I'm pretty sure it was even worse. So this one is actually the biggest pain of all, because it's pain. So yeah. So this model in particular wasn't the greatest with the wings. So yeah. So that's all I really could compare these sets. That's really the best way I could compare these sets. There isn't anything too special about them. Once you have one of them, the way I see it is you pretty much have all of them. That's the way I've always seen this. I do suggest getting the Obiwan red one, the newer one that's coming out in 2016. That looks like a fun set to have and all. So I definitely do suggest that. Except for that, guys, thanks for watching this Jedi Interceptor comparison video. I kind of wanted to show you guys the different models and different looks to them, because I will be packing these for a long time. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.